So, um, it's actually the bull's turn to introduce the show, but the bull isn't here. So, by
Kind of.
default, that would make it your turn, I guess. But then, what do we do when the bull returns? It's his turn, or does he get skipped in the rotation?
This is how we're starting the show, talking about a guy who's not here and how he's supposed
Yeah.
to intro the show.
Do you want to address that? The bull not being here?
Yeah. So this is the wheel of content. Normally, there's three of us. We spin a wheel with our names on it, and whatever it lands on, that person gets to pick a topic and talk about it, and the other people have to go along with the topic.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the bull, the third wheel,
Yeah.
is
Can I address this? Because
yeah. Go ahead.
I don't want us to say anything that's um you know how should I even put this?
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
just recently had an election here in the United States, and the bull just needs some time to feel safe,
Yeah,
as do many Americans. So let's just respect his privacy, um, and let him stay in his safe space for the duration.
if you guys can flood the comments with words of support,
Yeah, yeah. So us, like any workplace, provide safe spaces. And I'll tell you what, man, you hear a lot of boomers talking about these safe spaces that are made available at schools and at workplaces. And oh, when I was a kid, we didn't have safe spaces. And they're right. I didn't have any safe spaces as a kid when I was in school. But I'll tell you what, if I did, I would have been there every day. Every day.
yeah. I mean, I guess they're the same, kind of the same thing, but like they weren't called safe spaces. And no, yeah, you weren't allowed to just be there every day. Like,
Yeah. When I heard about these safe space things, I told my kids, hey, you go there every day if you want. You know what I mean? I would. If my place of employment starts installing safe spaces, oh man, I'll be there for the whole 8 hour day.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Cloaked in a safety, just warmth, just an
The
overall
warm
warmth.
embrace of a hooded sweatshirt that you're wearing for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. Well, I do have a reason. So, are you familiar with Yeah, the King of Lampoons used to have longer hair, you'd
Yeah.
say. Just a luscious mane. It was beautiful. But you're familiar. You can't just let your hair grow long. You need a maintenance cut,
Oh no, is
right?
that why you're wearing the hood?
Yeah, you ever try to give yourself one of those maintenance cuts?
Oh no, I have not.
Yeah, I
Is
did.
it? I'm guessing it didn't go so
It
well.
didn't go swimmingly.
Let's see. Take the hood off, man.
No, man. That's why I have it on in the first place.
So if I put Benny takes his hood off, wait, if it lands on me, man, that's my fucking content, bro. You're taking that hood off.
That's content.
I don't. If that's the way this works, right? Whatever it lands on, if I pick it, you have to roll with it. So if I say you got to take the hood off, you guys, I'm not going to do that, but because that would be
Oh,
lame. But
okay.
you have to take the hood off, right?
I don't know. If it lands on me and I say, take that coffee mug that you're drinking out of, stick it up your rectum, do you have to do that? Is that
Uh, I hope so.
wow?
So wait,
Um,
when did you try to cut your own hair?
so like 2 days ago,
Man, how have you not learned it's a bad idea by now? What
because
are you doing?
I got a pair of like professional trimmers, the
Yeah, but
kind
you're
that the
still not a
professionals
professional.
use.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. But it came with like all these attachments, so I was like, oh, what's this attachment do? Not what I expected it. Next
So
thing you
what
know,
you
it was just like I don't know. It'll self correct itself,
that's a, I'm
but
gonna so that's my question. So what's your plan now? Are you gonna like just say
just huh?
get it
Just
cut?
wear a hood all the time.
Like why don't you just go get it cut? Like by a professional.
Um, That's in the works, but I haven't had much of an opportunity. You know, I've just been busy.
Cutting your own hair.
It was just one of those things. I mean, we just recently had an election here, so there's been a lot going on. There hasn't been time
Yeah.
for haircuts and stuff like that. But I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to get into any stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Now I want to. Now I really want you to take the hood off though, because now I want to see, man. I want to see how bad this is.
No, it's not that bad. If I took the head off, first of all, I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah. So yeah, that will cover it up a little bit, keep it under control.
Plus, I'm looking at myself now at how cool I look with this hooded sweatshirt on. So I think the hood's might become a staple of my.
I can't
look.
honestly I honestly can't see what's on your sweatshirt. It's like drawings of some short.
Well, I don't know why I'm in 1080p. You should be able to see it. I'm in 1080p.
All right, listen, from where I am looking at it, it looks like they're just tiny circles, man. Is one a hot dog?
No. So anyway, we weren't really sure if we were just going to maybe just have an extended banter segment because the King of Lampoons and I, we're no strangers to putting out content together. We did that a long time ago. So this feels like old times, but we didn't have a wheel back then.
There wasn't really much of a need with two people.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have flipped a coin.
Coin
toss. Yeah. So I could bring up the wheel if you're ready to start spinning. I've got no faith that this is a good intro. Probably not. So
I think it's an adequate intro.
Okay. Well, then I'll bring up the wheel. Wait until you see this. The heck? What are your thoughts?
It looks like a nice, peaceful autumn lake scene.
It's autumnal. That's a word that I learned from the bull a few weeks ago. He brought up the word autumnal. I was just kidding about everything about the bull that I said earlier. The truth is he's been fired. You'll never see him here again. Unless we want to vote on it. You want to vote on if we get rid of the bull or not forever? I can change the passwords on him right now. You would have no clue. It would be too late by the time you found out.
Are you like insinuating that you're pro get rid of the bull? Because I mean, what are the votes?
What's your vote? I know. Well, we make that was going to be my vote too. So we're unanimous.
Okay.
So we've both voted that he stays.
All right, that's good.
All right, so that's out of the way. The voting segment is out of the way. I just thought we should have a voting segment because the elections and stuff. It's kind of we'd have our own votes.
Oh man.
So what do you say? You want to start?
Well, all right. We neither spin, but you forget it. The election that you just mentioned nonstop just made me think of it. Man, I was so happy to stop getting texts. That was the only thing I really cared about the most was just the nonstop text you would get. I wanted them to end so bad, and then I actually got one the following day. I got one at 9:30 that night asking me to donate money to somebody. I'm like, what are you going to do with my money at 9:30 the day before the election?
Do you ever wonder to yourself how your number is even available out there? It's from all that privacy stuff that I've been railing against for years and years, and was often labeled a conspiracy nut. All these fallacies, all these.
Okay.
But that's how they have your number anyway.
So all that stuff that you said though, were you able to block them? Were you getting texts? Because I got like 12.
Yeah, I got about 20 a day.
Exactly. So it didn't work.
Yeah.
Whatever you were talking about didn't work. I don't think there was any way to make them stop. Like at first I was like, I'm just going to ignore them. Then I started actually replying, stop. They didn't stop. Yeah, they just kept coming. But I couldn't believe
there's nothing to do except ignore them and delete them. I mean, you report them as junk. You're just going to keep getting them from.
I couldn't believe I got one at 9:30 the night before the election asking me to donate money. Like, what are you going to do with my money that's going to help whoever it was win when the election's the next day?
I don't know. I don't like all this political rhetoric.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
So, we ready to spin?
Yeah. I don't know why you got rid of the wheel. Could have just left it where it was.
All right. Let's get to spinning and see where it lays. It can only be either the King of Lampoons or myself, BennyMF, aka Good Benjamin.
Are there? Is there going to be music? Is there going to be music with the spin?
I kind of made this real quick. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's any music. Well, give me a couple seconds and continue on with the banter.
Nah, you can go ahead and spin. Right.
We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. King of Lampoons.
Nah, I'm good.
Congrats. It lands on you a lot.
Yeah, I know, man. It hasn't landed like it lands on you. I would say the least.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm beginning to question that, but whatever.
What question? What? That's somehow rigged? If it was rigged, it would land on me every week.
In the wheel.
If the implication is that I'm rigging it, if it was rigged, it would land on me literally every week. And you and the Bulls content be damned.
All right, I put the link in the chat. You got to pull it up because I can't share my screen.
Okay. Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
Damn. What's that?
Well, if you're new to this show, to the Wheel of Content show, what we like to do is have a segment called Banter. But I kind of feel like it's too late for that. We've already spun. We're already getting into the content. So we're just going to forego the banter segment of the show this week.
Pretty sure.
Sorry, everybody.
Pretty sure that's what we did.
No, we hadn't even started the segment yet. All right, so I'm ready to share when you are. Ready for me too?
Yeah, you can pull it up.
Okay.
So there's not much of a intro needed for it. I mean, it's just stuff. I found it amusing, so we'll watch it. It's just this guy. It's an old training video for Publix, which is a store that they have in the South. I'm pretty sure they have them in Florida, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what others. I know they're in Florida. I'm assuming they're in other states in the South. So this is a training video from the 80s, but you just got to see how this guy acts. Like no person would act the way this dude acts in this training video. So that's basically it. So you can just.
All right. King of Lampoons. And we're making it happen. Or not. That was the video making that gross drinking sound, not us.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
Okay, thank you for this is some this is retro looking stuff right here.
Okay, dear. I'll stop by the store on the way home and pick these things up. Bye.
Okay, you can pause there.
I wish you wouldn't ask me to stop.
All right. So this guy just got off the phone with his wife, and his wife told him to stop at the store to pick things up. So he's going to complain about that to his secretary, as you would.
Yeah.
And just like, but as douchey as this seems that he's complaining about it, it gets so much worse.
Are we to believe that this guy works for the Publix Corporation? Because so, being asked to stop at a store on your way home shouldn't be that big a deal. I mean, the guy works for Publix.
No. He doesn't work for Publix. He's just a random guy whose wife normally does all the shopping, but she can't go. So is asking him to stop at Publix and pick up some things.
Okay.
So he's just a random guy.
Stop by the supermarket. I get the feeling they don't care whether I shop there or not. And half the time, the employees don't even notice me. And if one ever indicated they appreciate my business, I'd fall over.
Okay. You can pause before he gets to the store. Have you ever said anything like that about a store? Like complaining about the lack of customer service in the way that he just phrased it, that they don't acknowledge him, that they never say like thank him for being a customer, like any of that stuff.
Yes.
You've complained about that like that. No, you have not.
I'm just trying to add a contrarian voice.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Can't just have a show where two guys are agreeing with each other the whole time.
If you have, you're a douche, and you should stop. But also, this guy was saying it all to his secretary, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to do that.
I was afraid that this was going to be some sexual harassment training video, and I was going to say, "Oh man, we're not watching one of these, are we?"
No, it's not. So yeah, this is him. He's about to go into Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
I bet you Publix changes this guy's whole perception on customer service.
You think?
I don't want to spoil anything, but that's just my prediction.
Okay. I don't know why we need footage of him driving around the parking lot in his big ass station wagon. We could have just cut right to it.
Yeah.
Publix. This is where my wife said to go. Don't know why she shops here, but she said not to go anywhere else.
Like
where shopping is a pleasure.
This is what's great about it, though. Like his commentary the whole time, like he's getting out of his car, he's talking to himself, and I get that it's recording, so it'd be kind of boring if he wasn't saying anything. But like the acting oblivious to even knowing where the store Publix. This is where my wife told me to go. Like you've never heard of the store, dude? Come on. I mean, I know it's the 80s, but like, I find it very hard to believe that this guy has never heard of the store where his wife goes shopping, or has whatever. All right. Publix.
I bet you he's greeted right away at the door. Oh, Publix is like a supermarket? I thought Publix was like a convenience store.
No, apparently it's a full grocery store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to get a check cashed. I bet this is going to be one more hassle. Probably won't even get anybody to notice that I'm here.
This guy's like fucking Eeyore, man.
Yeah, this guy complains a lot.
No one's even going to notice
really
him.
Sad sacking it up, yeah.
I'm just going to be standing in line, getting ignored.
Yeah.
I don't even have a pen for me to use. Just
the
everything.
Vanity of this guy is what's getting to me, you know?
As if it's
not all about you.
As if it's their fault that he has to cash a check.
You know, you mentioned Eeyore. Did you ever see the movie Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? It's the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
No, but wasn't that allowed because like the copyright ran out on Winnie the Pooh and you could basically do whatever you want with Winnie the Pooh now?
Yeah, whatever it's called, something domain, creative domain. I don't think that's the right word. Something public domain. It became public domain after a period. I think the period of time was like 100 years or something.
Yeah, and then anybody could use it for anything, right?
Yeah, that's what they chose to do with it. I watched it. It was not very good. Not a recommendation. You
think? I'm not shocked that you watched it, but
then they did the same thing with Mickey Mouse.
So
I didn't get that one at all. I don't know how Disney let Mickey Mouse become public domain. But yeah, there's like a similar Mickey Mouse movie. I believe they're coming out with something similar for Peter Pan.
Well, I guess
but they're all bad. None of them are good.
Yeah.
So now that I've suggested that no one watch it, I don't mind giving any spoilers. But in the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, at the very beginning, Eeyore, I don't think I'm allowed to say the word on YouTube, but he eliminates himself from life.
Well, he sounds like he's going to.
Yeah, it wasn't that big a shock. You know what I mean? Like if Tigger had done that, it would have been like, oh, really? He seems so happy and full of energy in life. It didn't come as a big surprise that sad sack Eeyore did it.
What
You know,
his
when I was in kindergarten, we had a class play. It was Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
I was the Eeyore character. It was my acting debut.
Do you have? Can you get? Do you have footage of that?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. So this is him trying. He's about to try to
Hello,
cash.
how are you? Can I help you with something?
I don't suppose I can get a check cashed.
I'll bet you can. Do you have a Publix check cashing card?
I believe my wife put mine in the checkbook. Here.
Then you have no problem at all, sir. Just step over here and we'll take care of you. It's 20, 40, and 50. Thank you, Mr. Price, and you have a good evening.
Look at all those cigarettes behind her.
Well, she was friendly enough. Probably the only one in the store that is.
See, why would he say that? Do you hear what he just said?
Yeah.
She was friendly enough. Probably the only one in the store that is. First of all, when you go to the store, do you even want to talk to people? Like, my goal is to. Seriously?
Yeah. I
You
talk
wanna-
to everybody at the stores.
Yeah, you probably do because you're weird, man. Like, I want to talk to as little people as possible.
Not me.
Yeah, all right.
But I'm also taking the contrary on stance. But the truth is, I do.
All right, let's.
This
let's
guy's
see.
walking around moping. Oh, nobody even knows I'm here. Trust me, when I walk into a store, everybody knows that I'm there, especially the employees.
Yeah, I've heard some stories.
Thank you. I wonder what that was for.
Yeah, me too,
Wait,
actually.
what was that for? Thank you for what?
Let's see. I guess
Yeah,
this is where
yeah.
Grabbing
Thanks
the
for
milk?
thanks for reaching your arm across my shoulder while I'm trying to work.
Right. There's like 12, like there's all those other cartons that he could have grabbed. Instead, he's like right next to him. Dude's on his knees and he's leaning over with his junk in his face. The guy's like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll pick up that special meat you needed for the kids' lunches tomorrow.
This guy must look like a total loon walking around the
Right?
grocery
The way
store,
he's
because this
staring
is
at everything.
this is the 80s. This is before AirPods. Like, you ever walk around the grocery store, like back when AirPods first came out, and it would appear someone was talking to themselves in the grocery store, and you would say to yourself, what is this type of, some sort of mentally disturbed schizophrenic walking around? And then you get a little closer. Oh, he's got AirPods and he's talking to someone on the phone. He doesn't even have that excuse in the 80s.
No, he's just doing.
He doesn't even have a Walkman.
Yeah, he's just having commentary out loud to himself.
Most of the time, these people seem to be in another world.
Hello, how are you this evening? How may I help you?
I don't suppose I could get just a quarter pound of that special loaf, sliced thin?
You sure can. Won't take but just a moment.
Special load.
Why does he have to start every request with, I don't suppose I can get...
Oh,
why
because
why would you suppose that you can't? The guy walks up to the check cashing place.
Yeah. Because
I don't suppose I can get a check cashed here, do you? Well, as a matter of fact, you can here.
I know he's not asking for anything out yet. He's not asking for anything crazy yet. Yeah, he's like at the deli counter, like, can I get a pound? I don't suppose I can get a pound of cheese. Like, why would
Yeah,
you
they're like,
do
of course you can at the deli. This is not a hardware store.
that? I don't suppose I can get a pair of Jordans. No, you can't, because this is the deli counter at Publix.
Yeah. And also the 80s. They didn't even have Jordans back then.
Late 80s they did.
They did?
Will there be anything else?
Jordans? I think the first pair came
No,
out in like
that's all.
80 something. 88, 86.
I didn't even know Michael Jordan was even born in the 80s.
Or that, yes.
Okay, there
So,
you go.
yeah.
Thank you, and you have a good evening.
This must be some kind of special night. That's 2 in a row.
It's 3 in a row.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
to pick out cuts of meat. There's so much I don't know about them and so many different types.
Oh, man.
I
If
hate
I
to
was
pick-
walking past this guy, what's that?
I hate to pick out cuts of meat. There's so many different choices.
I know. Now let's just hypothetical, okay?
hmm
Imagine with me, dream with me. This guy's walking down the meat aisle and says the exact same thing that he just said.
Yeah.
Who happens to be shopping there that same night, walking past him? But Good Benjamin, aka BennyMF. I would stop and help this guy. I'd be like, "Oh, you don't know anything about meats? Well, what are you looking for? How many people? What are your tastes? No. Leave that alone. Oh, you're trying to make hamburgers, or you're going to want an 80-20 chuck?" He wouldn't even need to bother these employees. I'd be there being friendly.
Good evening, sir. Could I help you with your selection?
Well, yes, my wife was not happy with the selection I made last time.
Is that right? Well, let's see if we can make a
Someone's in
few
the
good
doghouse.
points for you.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell he showed up with.
I know.
You know? His wife was like, "Don't you ever check the expiration dates?"
Huh. Get some prime rib. He came up with a can of tuna.
Yeah, this expired October 83. And considering now it's November, obviously October would have been a month ago expired.
Is it okay? That the meat guy in the window.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what people wear in the meat section of the grocery store now. They don't dress like that, right?
Yeah, I always feel bad for places that have to wear like a paper hat like that. I don't think that's
not
necessary no matter where you work. You know what I
No.
mean? It's not a hairnet. When I see people wear a hairnet, I'm like, well, that isn't necessarily sightly, but it serves a purpose.
Right, and that's
And
probably
what purpose does a paper hat serve anybody?
other than make you look like an idiot.
Yeah, can't you give these folks like a ball cap or something? Something that makes a little more sense than a ridiculous paper hat. Looks like a paper boat. Looks like what Georgie was chasing after down the rain gutter in the movie It.
Yeah.
Both versions of it.
Well, this guy's about to help him with his meat.
How are you planning on cooking the steak, do you know?
I think she's got plans for me to cook it on the grill.
Is that right? Well, you probably want a thicker one then. Let's
Why?
see here. There's a nice pretty one.
Well,
That looks pretty good. Do you think it's lean enough?
Yeah, it's lean and it's also got good marbling in it, which would be good for the flavor. But if you don't like that one, we'd be glad to cut you a special one.
No, this looks like what I need, but I appreciate the offer.
Yes, sir. Anytime you need any help, just holler at us. We'll be glad.
they couldn't have redone that part where this guy just stammered over his lines. There's no editing in this. There's no editing. I kind of wish you had some timestamps and we could edit around this port. Because, I mean, like, they've literally shown every aspect of this guy's experience, including him taking the keys out of the ignition, exiting his car, walking from the car to the front door. There's no editing.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one more part that I really wanted to see that's coming up, I think, next. And then
Okay.
after that, we can jump to something else towards the end.
Glad to help you.
I'll sure do that. I appreciate your offer.
Thank you, sir. And enjoy your meal.
Appreciate your offer.
Yeah, to cut meat.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, so did you have a problem with his choice for the grill?
I think that whoever made the script just put like the few words that he knew that related to meat and just threw all three of them into there.
Yeah.
You know, there's marbling in here, but that's good for the flavor. Well,
What does that
in a
even
sense.
What is
What,
marbling?
marbling?
Yeah.
In the sense where, like, okay, take like a marble floor. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you picture that in your mind's eye?
Yeah.
If you get a piece of meat and it has that kind of, for lack of a better term, look, hypothetically, where it just appears more marbled than just like one shade of brown or
Oh, okay.
red. Now you can now in the Lord's year 2024, which is when this video is being recorded, if you go into like one of these wholesale stores like a Costco or a Sam's Club, every piece of meat has beautiful marbling, and you can get a pack of 10 for about $15. So those, I believe, are synthetic, dyed, DYE, uh, to give the appearance of a really good cut of meat. And these things are about like an inch thick. They shouldn't be that inexpensive. And the reason why they are that inexpensive is because they just give the appearance of a really good cut of meat. But it's all fake, and who knows if this is even from a real cow. It's probably concocted in some laboratory.
That was shockingly informative. I did not expect you to have that in depth of an
I don't know
answer.
why you wouldn't expect that. We continuing?
Yeah.
That's the fourth one. Oh no,
That's
all
the
their
fourth
produce
one?
was already wrapped, and she only wanted 2 potatoes for baking.
Okay.
Well,
Oh
there
man, this
probably
guy
won't
really
be
can't do a
anyone here.
damn thing on his own.
And if
All
there
right.
is, they'll probably think I'm some kind of jerk for wanting just 2 potatoes.
Okay. So this is the part that really just this is the one that got to me. So
Yeah.
do you hear what he's complaining about?
He needs 2 potatoes, but the people at the store probably think he's some sort of jerk. I believe he said for wanting the 2 potatoes.
We're only needing 2 potatoes. This is a big issue with this guy.
Yeah, but you know what impresses me about this guy? And whereas my knowledge of meats and such just dwarfs this guy's. But his ability to navigate himself around this grocery store puts mine to shame, man. I'm in a grocery store. I don't know where I'm going half the time, except the obvious places, you know what I mean? But if I needed to look for, say, a bottle of ketchup, I'm walking around that grocery store for 25 minutes. This guy seems to know where everything is, almost instinctually, which I'm impressed.
So he's up to 4, by his count, 4 people, four fabulous interactions.
Mm-hmm.
You think that would be enough to consider it a good day at Publix? He immediately walks away from the meat guy, who was more than helpful.
Yeah.
And is concerned about, and goes right back into being so negative. I just need 2 potatoes. They're probably not going to have it. They're probably going to look at me like I'm some kind of fucking asshole.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this guy's explaining marbling to him. This guy's such a freaking idiot. He doesn't even know what marbling even means. No offense to you, King of Lampoons, but what an idiot.
This guy didn't even know if he was actually going to have to grill it. He's like, I think my wife wants to. This guy is totally lost, man.
His wife said, I don't suppose you're going to grill this meat, are you?
She wasn't happy with the last cut of meat that he brought home.
Hi, sir. May I help you with something?
Well, I only wanted 2 potatoes for baking, but if I have to take this package of 4, I will.
No, sir. If you only want 2 potatoes, that's what I'd like you to have, and it'll just take a moment to bag you up, too.
All right. I know you're going to say the opposite, dude. So you got to answer honestly. In this scenario, you only need 2 potatoes. They only have packages of 4. Realistically, what are you doing? Are you just taking the package of 4, or are you even gonna want this guy to walk away with this and rewrap 2? Like, dude, it's not worth the hassle, man. Like, probably for, I don't know, 75 more cents, just take the 2 potatoes.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would do.
Right?
You
Like,
happy?
no one's doing that. No one's doing that. No one's having somebody go out of their way to make 2 potatoes.
This guy approached him. This guy was minding his own beeswax.
Well, he was walking up the potatoes, looked awfully pissed. So I guess they decided, you needed help. But also, I've never been to a store that even has the potatoes wrapped in packaging. They're always loose.
These are different times.
Are they? I mean, as far as potatoes go?
There's probably
Anyway.
far less preservatives in the food back there than there are nowadays.
Maybe.
Don't even get me started on the preservatives Tibbs, and food. I mean, we're open this video. You don't want to get me going. I can talk about this in a far broader scale than just marbling. Let's put it that way.
That was a horrible face and laugh. Don't ever do that again.
Here you are, sir. Will there be anything else I can get for you?
No, that's all I have on my list for now.
Well, thank you, and have a nice evening, and come back and see us.
They must be having some kind of a contest to see who can be the nicest. I bet this can't last.
Again, this
So
can't
far,
last.
who's winning the contest?
Potato guy, for sure.
Yeah.
If I worked there, I would have avoided this fucking guy. And he goes right back to thinking it's going to be awful. Like, what could possibly go wrong now?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's a bit of a gloomy Gus.
They probably don't have these rolls. Maybe I'd be better off to go over to the bread aisle and pick out something.
Hello, sir. How may I help you?
You probably don't have water rolls, do you?
Yes, sir, we sure do. How many would you like?
My wife asked me to get 4, but if I have to take more, I will.
No problem. I can get you as many as you want.
Well, let me have 4. She'll be shopping tomorrow for the rest of the week.
Okay.
That was information no one really needed to have.
What's a water roll?
I don't know. I don't know.
This guy was already thinking they weren't going to have him.
Notice the branding behind him, strategically placed in the top right of the screen. The Publix branded, I don't know if those are paper towels or what those are.
Yeah.
Strategically placed.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, it's strategically placed, but for who? If this is a training video, so employees have to watch this, and I guess they're supposed to take from this how they're supposed to treat employees. But I mean, this guy's so over the top.
Well, they wanted to find the most difficult customer they could for the sake of demonstration. You know what I mean? Because if you can crack a tough egg like this guy, you can crack even the most cynical of customers.
Here you are, sir. Now, how about a Danish for tomorrow morning?
That sounds pretty good. Do you have pineapple?
Yes, sir. Right here.
Okay, I'll take this one.
Here you go. Thank you very much, and you have a good evening.
He's got suckered into buying that Danish.
Well, here comes the moment of truth. The meat will probably go bad before I get through one of those checkout counters.
So he's heading to checkout counter, right? And this is the 80s, so Bitcoin has not yet even been invented.
Yeah. I mean, this guy would lose his mind.
I don't suppose you take Bitcoin, do you? And they should be like, no, I apologize, we don't. I knew it was too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, they should
This
make the
place
video.
sucks.
Yeah, this guy would 100% lose his mind now. Like, first of all, not even people, self-checkout. This dude would not be having it.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize is, let's say you went to a grocery store, say even Publix, and said, hey, can I pay for this with Bitcoin? Even if they say no, you're a finger's tap away on your smartphone from being able to instantly convert that Bitcoin into a currency that the grocery store can accept. But, you know, I don't want to get into all that right now. This is not my spin.
All those cashiers.
Also, I'm not talking about any of these apps unless they want to pay me to do so. You know what I mean? In which case I would have to, when we upload these videos to YouTube, I have to click a box. Does this include any paid promotion? I always click no. Hey, not going to say that I'll never do it, but I like the freedom that comes with not being bound by advertisers, sponsors, and whatnot. Very freeing.
Yeah.
And this is not an ad for Publix either.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I don't think anybody would get that impression.
Probably busy telling those bag boys about their big date last night.
Hello, sir. If you're ready to check out, I'll be more than happy to take you right here.
That's nice. I thought I'd be waiting in line.
Well, we're
So
usually
he
a lot
thinks-
busier, but we try to keep things moving up here.
So he thinks they're busy telling the bag boys. First of all, the fact that they even have bag boys, like, again, this guy would lose his mind if they made him bag his own groceries.
Yeah.
But he thinks
Yeah.
they're telling the bag boys about the wild dates they had last night.
Yeah. Do you want to speculate as to what her wild date was? I don't really want to take the show in that direction. I already know exactly
gonna
where this
say.
is heading. Forget I said anything.
Yeah, no, I don't want to speculate on that. It was wild. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I know how the King of Lampoons do.
But, well, hold on, before you say play again, what's he looking at?
Yeah, right. Look at that line of vision. Look at this. Let's
I know the angle. Yep, I know that angle.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy.
How are you, sir? Looks like you're going to have a nice steak for dinner this evening.
Yes, my wife has it planned that I'll do the cooking.
Well, it sure does look good. I don't see any
Look at that
charcoal. Do you have
haircut.
plenty at home?
I have a gas grill, but thanks for asking.
Just want to make sure you had everything.
Here's your stamps and receipt, sir. Thank you, and have a nice evening.
Okay, we're ready to go.
I believe I
Wow, this guy's so nice. He tried to upsell me. This guy doesn't even know what an upsell is. This guy doesn't
I know.
know about marbling. This guy doesn't know upselling.
can take that.
That's okay. I'll get it for you.
No, that's awkward. You got to walk out to your car while side by side with some weird person. Also, why is he so close?
Okay, you're all packed and ready to go. Thank you. and have a
Awkwardly
good
uncomfortable.
evening.
Well, thank you.
That could work. Absolutely nothing on that piece of
Thank
paper.
you. I appreciate you handling that for me. That sounds pretty good. Maybe it's contagious.
Can we turn this off? Is there more to this?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're done. That's it. That was it.
I wanted to see some more interaction between he and that secretary, because this was the 80s, back in the time where you could, make suggestions like, can you wear something more sexier, please? You could do that back in the 80s. You can't do that nowadays. What's going on over there?
Huh. Some stuff just fell.
We're in the studio?
It's all good.
What are your thoughts on my studio? It looks like a game show set.
It looks like the set of Tron.
I did an image search to find this background. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say a Google image search because I don't use Google. And that's and you wonder why you've got about 1 million text messages about the election. Well, so do I, but regardless, I use a more privacy-based internet browser. Where are you going? What happened? Oh.
I'm grabbing something. You keep talking about that, man. It's riveting.
Did you have a mishap in the studio?
Yeah, I just got to pick something up. But yeah, okay, you don't use Google?
Nope. Well, I mean, I'm on YouTube. YouTube is a Google.
I was about to say, you absolutely do use Google.
Yeah, I don't use the browser, I should say.
Yeah. But also,
There's lots of great privacy-based options out there.
isn't all that stuff like, doesn't it all just go back to Google anyway?
No.
Like, no? Like, so if you use something different, you're telling me
Yeah.
it doesn't eventually, like, it doesn't somehow work its way through Google?
Yeah, I am. No, I do know.
You say so.
All right, well, it's the truth, but whatever. That's a topic for
So what
another
did you
time.
not Google to find your Tron background?
Game show set. And then clicked
What
on images and found this and said, this looks pretty cool. and it kind of coordinates better with the you know, the other background that we have. You know what I mean? But yours is sharp too. Yours is very rustic. I like that. I like that. So hey, that was the King of Lampoons content. And we could spin again. I don't know how much time you have.
I'm good. I mean, dude, I'll tell you, we're not spinning again. You're just going with your content. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're not.
You know, we could. You know what we could do if you've got anything to talk about. And since we didn't do this earlier, we could have we could go ahead with the banter segment.
Okay. If I have anything to talk about,
Yeah, I hope so because we've already started the segment. Damn. I don't either.
No, I don't.
Well, I do know that I don't want to talk about this without the bull here. But you're going to see some changes here soon. Good changes, especially for the viewing audience. So that's just a teaser of what's to come. But big news, cool news. And yeah, I got nothing really. Man, this show really falls apart without the bull. The bull is the glue that holds the wheel of content together.
Yeah.
But it was nice not to listen to complaints about the wheel and, oh, the wheel is the least interesting part and this and that. I look at the comments, all I see is, oh, I love the wheel part. Can you guys get to the wheel quicker next time? Stuff like that. So I don't even know what he's talking about, but our thoughts go out to the wheel, to the bull.
Yeah. Get better soon. What was he diagnosed with?
I think saying would violate HIPAA. Do you want to hit end recording?
Unless you want to talk about your stuff. Or...
Nah, because mine is long. I unfortunately have a few time restraints.
Okay.
So
well, man.
Well, we'll see you next time on the Wheel of Content show, and hopefully, my haircut mishap will have self-corrected by then.
I hope you just got to shave your head. That'd be awesome.
Nah, it's not that bad. It'll all work out in the end. But hey, thank you if you've already subscribed, and I guess hit like, stuff like that. Is that what you're supposed to do?
I think, right? Yes.
All right, take us out of here, King of Lampoons.
All right, everybody. That's it. Show's a wrap. See you next time.